Do you want proof that Fox News and all these right-wing stations care nothing about their watchers, those people who their viewers? They really don't care. It's about do as I say, but not as I do. Check this out, and then by Chris Hayes, and let's take it on the other side.
For the past 9 months or so, Rupert Murdoch-owned media entities have, by and large, waged a war against public health and the scientific consensus on containing the coronavirus. On Fox News and elsewhere, they've been playing down the virus and peddling just outright lies and pushing junk science and elevating cranks, all of which has tangibly, materially contributed to behavior that has made the pandemic worse. And what makes it all the more infuriating is that, as we have noted, while Fox hosts have been dismissing the experts and suggesting lockdowns don't work and ridiculing people that avoid the office and follow public health guidelines, many Fox News employees have been working remotely, literally at the same time. And so now we arrive at the question of the vaccine. And last night, one of Rupert Murdoch's minions went on air to coyly just ask questions and rail against the offensive pro-vaccine propaganda that's been propagated by all corners of the media and the elite consensus that you should get the vaccine. Quote, on the question of the coronavirus vaccine, our leaders are definitely not pro-choice. Their view is do what you're told and don't complain. Of course, no one is actually telling you what to do. The vaccine is voluntary. In fact, that's literally the reason there is a public relations push to get people to get vaccinated, to persuade them in a free country precisely because it's not legally required. The notion that there is something nefarious and suspicious about people like Mike Pence encouraging you to get the vaccine is, of course, nonsense. Of course, this is the same person who questioned whether lockdowns work, when literally the reason lockdowns work is the germ theory of disease, which it's safe to say is settled science. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at what happened in Europe, where the second wave slowed last month after new lockdowns. But of course, all this contrarian posturing is just chum thrown into the water for ratings they can then monetize. It's not meant to be real or serious advice. In fact, Fox News' own lawyers have argued that this particular Rupert Murdoch minion is not a provider of the news as we know it or facts as we commonly understand them, and his audience knows this. Just a remarkable thing for your own attorney to say about you. And so, given all that context, it is not surprising that 89-year-old Rupert Murdoch himself, who of course at that age is high risk, took a convoy of Range Rovers to get his vaccine on Wednesday via the British National Health Service, the socialized medicine provider of the UK. Murdoch even thanked essential workers and the staff of the National Health Service, an institution that is held up as this absolutely demonic specter by Fox News and American healthcare debates. And Murdoch also strongly encouraged people around the world to get the vaccine, precisely the kind of groupthink tyrannical propaganda his network was railing against.
It is amazing, isn't it, that they're doing the right thing. The Fox News people, they're staying home when they needed to. They're getting their vaccines. They're doing all the things that they're supposed to do, but they're implying to their viewers not to do it. And the cynicism of all of this, it's several reasons, right? One, it's to keep them working at all costs, whether it costs them their lives or not. Let's make sure that the masses don't fear this COVID thing and make sure they go to work. That is the right-wing way. That is the plutocratic way. That is how things are supposed to be. The other reason is, if you have all these conspiracy theories and things that they're doing, they have control of your mind because they know whatever they say, you're there to listen. Folks, this shows they think little. If those of you who are on the right listening to this, they just show their contempt for you. They just show that they mean little to you. They just show that they don't care about you. So why not? Why not? Start thinking about what is right for you and not what is right for them to make a buck. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.